Well, I thought I was done with videos for today, but I could not blow my candle out, which I normally light during the process of doing messages, and tried like 5 times. So I guess there's one more that needs to come out. My name's Ben. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. I'm gonna ring some bells. It might be a little loud. So you might want to turn your volume down. And if it resonates, feel free to like or comment. If not, don't make it fit. When I was seeing a tornado, it was very destructive. Uh, People are crying in a way of it's clearly a tower moment, destruction, loss. It is devastating, feeling like uh, everything I worked for is gone. You know, why are you taking this from me? That song, I don't know how it goes, but it's a guy singing, and it's about saying, God, please don't take this girl from me, or something like that. It is, uh, why? Why? Why are you taking this? Originally, when this flipped out, it was Queen of Wands reversed, excessive control, and then it was Queen of Wands charismatic. Uh, Looking at in general, granted, this is a tower moment, whether it is actually in the physical sense of losing material, monetary items, or a relationship, it's hurting inside. Whatever happens, excuse me, is happening in the external, whether a relationship or material losses. It's a loss. It's gonna hurt in here. Uh, that's in here. Everything else on the face value we can still hurt in here the same way. Excessive control of uh, gravitating or grabbing onto these items so tightly. The one card in Turo is uh, he's like clenching all of his coins so much, his money. It's also going into the idea of it's controlling in a way that it's stagnation, no movement. If we don't spend money, we can't. It's not going to flow back as much, or it's just sitting there. It's stagnant. Same thing in a relationship. Maybe it was extremely toxic, and we were trauma bond. We were connected in that way, and we don't want to let go. We have a strong codependency, which is no shame on that. It is, we had to get the hell out of there. It's not healthy for us. It's doing more damage than this false sense of safety that we feel that we're getting from it. Same thing with the material aspect. This false sense of safety that we think we're getting out of it. Sideways, Nine of Swords, mental strife, and in reverse, self-compassion. Granted, the loss of uh, anything, like I said, no matter what it is here in the external, no matter what it looks like or what it type of false stability that it created in our experience, it still hurts the same in here, and it's naturally going to create a lot of anxious thoughts. We'll go through the emotions of anger, sadness, frustration, lack, loss, grief, whatever that list is. It is, my shoe just about fell off. The shoe has dropped, and it is here. It is real. We are feeling it. But at the same token, we have to have compassion for ourselves, and we can grieve the situation on the face value, but we need to look deeper of why this took place, why we were given the experience to experience whatever this was, and then why the hell was it taken away from me. We're probably very angry about it. Uh, Obviously it was an upheaval. It's altering our experience. It's creating a roller coaster of emotions, going through them all. But What am I going to heal through here? What was taking place that's actually going to propel me forward? It may not seem like it because we just went through loss or lack. Something was ripped from us, our experience. But what is this deeper thing? What was I working out of? Who was I during this period? And who am I going to heal from and become? Five of Pentacles, hardship in general. Uh, I'm sure we're placed in a place of this, whether uh, emotionally, relationship wise, or emotionally in the monetary value. Uh, did we need to experience hardship? I don't want to. I can feel that right now. Who wants to do that? Who wants to experience that? What's actually going to take place in there? I'm not quite sure if it is a healing experience in the hardship or if we are in the hardship now. Uh, Granted, there's going to be healing. I don't know why I contradicted myself there, but we may be looking at it as uh, another thing to heal, another thing to get through, another thing to resolve. Let alone my current emotions, my current circumstances. Now I'm here. Now I got to deal with this. Uh, there is a lot of healing to take place. We'd have to be honest with ourselves and look at our insecurities. Where were they, and what were we using in the external to cover them up, to mask them, to support them, to keep them alive? There's a message a long time ago that it's talking a relationship sense. And say I had an insecurity, so I had somebody that really talked me up, even though I never believed it, but they continuously talked me up. They supported me, or masked that insecurity, but still I carried it. And then maybe I got into a toxic relationship where they really knocked me down. They were emphasizing that wound in me. Same thing in the material aspect of uh, I wouldn't spend any of my money because I had a financial wound growing up. I was raised in that aspect, and I had everything planned, and I lost my job, and now I have to touch my savings, and I would never touch them. It's like I'm going to save this amount of money, and then once I got to that amount, I'd be comfortable, but I wasn't. So I kept putting money in there, and then I would never touch it, and this nest egg kept growing and growing, but I would never touch it because I was never going to be safe, no matter what the number was, because I never felt safe in the beginning. So now I have to touch it. Now this is going to be even more painful for me. Now I feel like I'm going totally downhill. Uh, it's just all going to end. You know, there is a deeper seated wound here that we're put in these positions, these experiences to heal. And granted, we want it to go away, but during this period, uh, it's going to get louder and more in our face until we view it. The moon, unveiled truths. We're going to see that motherfucker is coming through for what it is. It is uh, it's given this like little fucking demon feeling. It is naturally we would call things like that. It's a negative energy. It's a negative quality at times we can view. It's a part of us, but uh, it's been controlling us our whole experience. I don't really think it's an entity. Uh, Maybe it is, but it's an energy. It's an energy that we either carried in from another life, ancestrally, or we were raised in, or had an experience that created this energy, this view of ourselves, whether in the material aspect, financial wound, or in a relationship sense, an insecurity of some sort. And it's out. It's right there. We see it now. We know what it is. Sometimes, let's just use like a relationship for example, we can go through a couple relationships and still be in that wound, and it gets louder and it's more in our face, but we didn't really see it yet. We didn't acknowledge it. We're masking it, we're covering it up. And then we get to that last relationship, and it's a real fucking doozy. And guess what? You see it now. You see it for what it is, and now it's time to change. Same thing financially. Maybe we were going through certain circumstances or in this pattern, and we were finally thrown into a place of hardship where we really had to see it for what it is. Uh, it's also coming a lot into this faith, you know, faith in yourself and spirit, divine, God, source, deities, angels, whatever you subscribe to. That hey, they're there, they're there to help you and to get you through, and they always will, and they do. Look back. You wouldn't be here right now if they didn't. You know, we have to have that trust and that strength in ourselves and them that we're going to get through this, but there's something here that we have to see. And if we want to change it, we have to deal with it. We have to look at it. It's just a simple tower moment. It doesn't have to be as drastic as it's coming out at times here that I'm sharing, but a simple tower moment. We get these hits. We get these, hey, I should probably look at this. Hey, I have a problem with this. Hey, I should really work on this insecurity or loving myself, accepting myself. And we don't get it. We don't listen. We pass it off. And then that tower comes and rips us out of that situation. And then it's very uncomfortable because we didn't heed to the signs. There's no blame on that. I'm guilty of it too at times. But during this period, there is a transformation, there is a change. And on the other side, you're going to come out different. You're going to come out healed, depending on how much this has controlled us. Could you imagine your life without it? Clearly, you see it for what it is now. Who will you be without this controlling you? What else do we have here, Spirit? Look at that. Who will you be without this controlling you? Six of Wands. Victorious. Going to be unrecognizable to yourself and others. This is like naturally a rebirth, but I always think of like a step-in feeling. Like if you ever heard of sometimes higher vibrational beings will step into a body, you know, midway through life uh, to help evolution in a way. This is giving this feeling because you're changing so much. You know, this past however many years you may have lived already, that change, that transfer, that all those years you were whoever with whatever limitations and insecurities holding us back, and then from this point forward through this transition, you're gonna look back and be like, I don't even recognize myself because that whole time I was uh, working out of this facade, this wound, this mask naturally, and going through the motions to keep it alive. Well, it's come to die. It's come to be gone. And through this period, like I said, we won't even be able to recognize ourselves. The amount of courage and strength and self-esteem images, self-image, I should say, of yourself, you're going to be walking tall. The death card, transitions, absolutely. You know, through this transition, we are on point. I feel really happy. I almost cried there because it, granted, you know, in the beginning we're going through this hardship, whatever it may be, and it does suck. I don't take away any of that. You know, everybody's experience is different and shit is tough. But we're welcoming this in a way that I felt like crying there because we're like free of this monster, this motherfucker, you know, this energy that has been masking us, making us who we're not, holding us back from so much. We could look back and be like, man, I could have done this, I could have experienced this, I could have dated this person, or I wanted to mess this up if I wanted to have been in this place. And maybe we're in a stage, I don't know why we're looking back, but that's what came through. But when we really think about it, if we didn't go through that, if we didn't do that, if we didn't get to this place or experience this pains or breakups or job losses or evictions and things, we wouldn't have learned what we needed to finally get out of this. Nothing would have woken us up. We had to get to a place that it finally came, that it finally showed its face. And we can dwell on the past. We can dwell on our behaviors or our choices. But that's over. We don't have control of that. What's done is done. What we have control of is right now, and that changes the future. So it's our choice to leave that what it is, take it with, allow it to be a teacher. But right now, I got today, I got now, I got this moment in time, and that can change the future. And that's where my energy is going, because I saw it for what it was. I'm fucking changing, and I'm going right here. I'm going to leave it here. Congratulations. I'm sorry if you're going through a hard time. It is rough, but you're going to get through it. We always do. And through this transformation, you got an amazing future and opportunity. We just got to be open to it, and not allowing the past to control us anymore, or to, I should say, identify who we are, because it was masked. We're finding out who we are now. And congratulations. I felt called to say I love you. And we'll talk to you later. If this resonated, feel free to like, share, or subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all later.